Hey guys, how's it going? This is Will Holland with another fun drawing time with Will. I figured, as I was getting ready to go live, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go live right at New Year's Day. For some people where I am, I'm in Campbellsville, Kentucky. So right now it's about 12:59. So I've been in the New Year for about an hour, but not everybody's like that. Some people have been there longer. Some people have been there shorter. Some people haven't quite got to midnight yet. So I figured, I was like, well, I want to do a drawing to start off the new year, really to kind of pledge myself to really working on my art more as time goes on. So that's kind of the reason why I wanted to do this. Anyway, so as you can kind of see, this is a little bit of the skeleton that I'm laying out for the picture that I'm working on. So I'm going to adjust my light a little bit so it can get a little bit brighter so you can see some more stuff, see some more detail. There you go. I think we got it on there better. Anyway, so as you can kind of see faintly, that's Pencil Ninja kind of doing some skiing, some ice skating perhaps on the ground there. So that's what he's doing. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and start working on this a little bit. I may have to adjust the camera a little bit, guys, so please be patient with me. I greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to get this to set up so that it sees optimally and continues to see optimally. So we just have to move it a little bit there. Turn it. And there we go. So anyway, we're going to start the drawing process. Now, this here is a Prismacolor Scholar pen, and I got it out of a kit. You can pick them up at Walmart for about $14, and it's more of the brush tip style pen. It has a brush tip, and it also has a bullet tip, I believe is what they call the other one. So anyway, so I'm kind of laying out some of my bigger shapes in the face. So that way we kind of get that started there. You can see that's kind of going to start my eye. Go ahead and hit the eyelash right quick, because Pencil Ninja always has a really big, thick eyelash. Or a set of eyelashes, rather, not eyelash, because there's no such thing as an eyelash. Unless there's an accident that involves maybe getting something shaved off or something like that. It's like, oh yeah, the Macho Man was in a fire, yeah, and all of a sudden the fire came and blew off my eyelash. Yeah, I don't know what happened. But anyway, so, yeah, so, Happy New Year's, everybody, to those of y'all who haven't gotten to that yet. I'm just putting this out there, seeing what happens. Anyway, so we're going to continue working on the eyebrow. Getting that second eyebrow in. And what I do to lay out a lot of my pictures is I'll use a pencil. It's called a non-photo. I want to say it's a non-photographic pencil. It's a blue lead pencil. Looks like this guy here. And the idea there is that if you run it through a scanner, it does not. I'm trying to tighten it up so you get a better image on it. So I want to do. I need to bring it out closer. There we go. And so we bring it out there so that way we basically lay out my lines with that. So that way I don't have to worry so much about trying to go in and do this stuff. Now, the one thing that I notice is as I'm working on this is my face is a little off. So I got to kind of straighten that up somehow. I got to kind of go ahead and do some stuff and get my ears in the right place, get them a little bit more lateral. So that's kind of where I'm going. His head is a bit of a tilt. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glasses down for the PN, for Mr. Pencil Ninja himself. So what is everybody doing on their New Year's? Is everybody still out kind of doing their thing? They're doing their partying. Some people in churches at different places at different times. Matter of fact, over in Houston, where I used to go to church before I moved, they're actually just celebrating their midnight. So they've hit their midnight, and they are definitely, in a place where they're just enjoying what's done. They got a powerful word. Dr. Carson came through and delivered a powerful word. So it was an awesome time. So I got a chance to stream in for that. So I got a chance to hear an awesome word from Dr. Carson. So that's kind of what's going on there. So anyway, we'll lay out the head, so that way we make sure we got a good head set up there. And then I'm going to start, I'm trying to debate whether I want to go ahead and go in with the bigger pencils and do that. I don't know that I do. So we're going to go ahead and bring our nose in. We're going to bring our nose in. It's real simple because Pencil Ninja's got a kid nose, kind of big. So we're going to go ahead and bring that in, bring in the dark there. So, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go in and do a base outline of some of the other shapes. I'm going to have to try to bring that up or down or change it a little bit so that way everybody can see it. Because y'all are only able to see so much right now. So I'm going to definitely work on that in my future live drawings like this. I'm going to have to come up with ways to get the image more in there. So basically what I'm trying to do here is create the idea of a coat. Because you imagine anytime somebody's out skating or something like that, they definitely are going to be wearing more of a coat type thing. So it's going to be a lot bigger, bulkier on them. You know, you don't want to sit there and have them rocking a, really weenie jacket, especially for their ice skiing. So definitely going to have a bigger coat type thing going on. So that's kind of the idea there. So Pencil Ninja usually rocks kind of a little ninja garb and a lot of t-shirts. And so something I wanted to do with this one is make it a lot different, really kind of go in and give it more of the winter feel. But also this is kind of my thought process on 2018. As I look at this picture, as I'm working on it, one of the things I want to just talk about is the fact that in 2018, one of the things I definitely want to do, not only as it relates to my writing, but also as my character creation, I definitely want to be able to get higher quality content out to people, whether it be little kids who read my books. This past year has been really cool, really awesome. I've had a lot of opportunity to see my book start to really impact some people. I had one lady that I met during a con that I went to, and she very openly said earlier, and this later on in the year, she made a comment saying, her son is a big fan of my work. So I thought that was really awesome. Some people say, well, you should be making more money with your books. And I know that based on the system that I'm currently doing, there's not a whole lot of investment going into it right now. So there's not a whole lot of money to be made just yet. But I'm hoping that at some point I can get set up to where I can start publishing in a more traditional fashion. But that's something that's going to come with time. So I'm glad that I've got fans already and I'm building a fan base. That's pretty important to me. So we're trying to scoot this back a little bit so where y'all can see more of it. So I'm going to move the camera just a little bit more over. So I can get it straightened up a little bit better. There we go. So you can see a little bit more of that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and change pens a little bit. These are Stredler fine liner pens here. So that's what I'm going to use to go ahead and do that one. I'm going to start working on my eye because I really want to start getting in there and getting my details down and getting more details working on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. The one thing that's kind of bad about these pencils is when you do these pencil lines and things like that, sometimes when you lay them out with the blue beforehand, if you go right over them directly with ink, doesn't work out as well. So I always try to make sure I have a little bit, save myself a little bit of space to go ahead and go in and do some stuff, do the drawing and everything like that, do my eyes. One thing I love, especially with Pencil Ninja, is I love trying to give him expressive eyeballs. I want to try to give him a lot of energy in his eyes because I think when kids see a character that has a lot of energy in their eyes, they can be really excited about whatever they're reading. If your drawing kind of has this, people will know about it. Man, they'll look at it and they'll be like, oh man, should I really get that excited about this? The guy that's in the picture is not really doing much. He's not really excited. Why should I get excited about this guy? And the answer is because Pencil Ninja is awesome. So anyway, we're going to do my light source. It's going to be coming from this way. So that's why we've got the light source coming from there. And you might be able to see in the face a little bit that I kind of got some of my gray tones lined up for my shadow to give more of a 3D overall look. I tend to do this a lot more hand drawn just because unlike a lot of the people that can get on Photoshop and do all this wonderful stuff. I do have access to Photoshop. Unfortunately, I just don't have a way of setup right now where I can record myself working in it. And to be honest, I don't have like the tablets and all that fun stuff, so I don't really, can't really go in there and do a lot of the drawings that way. So I tend to just go with the straight pencil, paper stuff. So, drawing in the new year with my drawing stuff. So anyway, we got Pencil Ninja's lips going on there. laying down. We're going to go ahead and finish those eyes out. Bring that down. Finish those eyes out. Bring that down. And then since this one's kind of go, I kind of, like I said, I kind of feel like this is a little bit more cockeyed. But of course, if a person's skiing, their face is not going to necessarily be laterally on the board. It's going to kind of be a little different. It's going to kind of go a little cocky at times, like cock. Head may cock to the left or to the right a little bit as you're skating. So I know I may get a joke in the comments for that, but oh well. I'm gonna do the little ridges of the glasses there in black. I'll come back in with some highlights here in a little bit. Basically, have something going over the ears. I need to hit that with a darker tone there so I can cover it up. Make sure I get it going. So there's pencil engine, and we're going to go ahead and do some detail on the glasses. Get some shine on them. That way we definitely have some glass as opposed to just the typical, you know, glasses that are just sitting there with nothing in them. There is a scarf here as well, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that scarf up. Go ahead and bring it in. And I want to kind of bring it in tight around the thing, because I can imagine as a kid, especially, you know, most kids, man, I don't know what it is about kids and scarves, but scarves aren't necessarily the coolest thing in the world for kids. So sometimes they wear them because mamas and daddies make them wear them, you know, but other than that, you know, it's not necessarily something they're going to chase after and go get. So and we're going to go ahead and do the, I'm going to come back and hit this with the darker tone for the bottom half, but I wanted to make sure I got my boot in there really nice and secured first. That's kind of the reason why I didn't go in and do a whole lot there. So we'll go ahead and put the boot in down below. See if I can tilt this a little bit without disrupting the whole entire setup. There we go. So we got the boot there. So do my little sled here, kind of showing that we got the ice there. Now I will go in with Photoshop and work up the rest of this, because eventually I'm going to want to do the ice and all that stuff, and that'll be more of an effect that I add. I don't want to go in and do a whole lot. This is kind of more of a glove. So I'm going to put something over here that way. And I'll probably do is do like a texture bead or something like that to give it more texture in the glove. So anyway, there's that. Going in and putting that down. This has definitely gone on a little bit longer than I thought as far as the drawing piece goes, which I'm cool with that. I do enjoy it. And I hope that as you guys watch this and different things, I hope that you get something out of it. You get to appreciate a little bit more of my process as I go through and do things. So hopefully that's something we can all benefit from. I'd love to see a lot of the artists that are subscribers and stuff. I'd like to see what you guys do in your art and stuff and different things like that. I'd like to see what kind of stuff you're working on currently. Okay, so I'm going to bring it back up so I can go ahead and work on the top part of that. And bring that back up. Oh, sorry about that. Get it back on tilt there. Get it back on proper sizing and so forth. Trying to get it down. Can I do it? Trying to move the camera around. It's set up, but it's not wanting to stay. Alright. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and end it there. What I'll do is I'll post this up on my Facebook page and my Instagram. I will put the Instagram link below probably tomorrow. And I'll go ahead and update that in the information so that way you're all aware. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Happy New Year for everybody. I hope and pray that you get to do some things that are new this year. And I hope and pray, more importantly than anything else, that you will be blessed and be a blessing to somebody, guys. Take care.